Hey everybody, how's it going? The Johnny Cage here, welcoming you back for some more Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. Last time we left off, we were making our way towards Fuchsia City. We're going down the right-hand side, past all those docks. We just picked up the Super Rod, and now we are on to one of the longest, most difficult gauntlets of trainers in the entire game. And I don't just mean the gauntlet like going through Mount Moon or the Rock Tunnel, I mean it must be at least 30 trainers in a row. Some of them are optional, but of course you're going to want to take them all on. This is a great place to level up, especially since we just got that 4th badge. We have that level 50 cap on our guys, technically, although it's not really a cap. I mean, you can obviously go over that if you want to. But great place to level up your guys right now. And you will notice that we have a few new team members added onto the team that we're going to show pretty soon. Right now we're just playing with some Bulbasaur, though, getting him up. Really want to get him up to the point where he gets Solar Beam, but I don't think that's until like the 50s or so. So I'm not going to hold my breath over that, but you know, just playing with him now that he's a Venusaur. Judging how much his power has increased, his special attack has increased as well. Because that's one of the biggest things about him, is his special ability. And by special ability, I mean his grass-type moves. You know, they're stronger because his best stat is definitely the special attack that he has. Up against the Meowth, no problem here for Bulbasaur, although well, actually I don't have a huge level advantage. That's not too bad. We'll take that. We'll take that one. This weird fence posts. Someone went crazy with the fence posts around here, just tons of them. And the flowers are dancing. It's like I'm in Pee-wee's Playhouse or something. It's crazy. So here's a Poliwag. A lot of requests for me to use a Poliwag, and I just may end up using one. You never know. But right now we're just totally taking care of business against these guys with Bulbasaur. This is a great place to level up your plant Pokemon, by the way, because plant is very strong against water Pokemon. So if you have some guys, you know, maybe you have someone that you've been waiting to use that you haven't found a good place to level them up, because that happens. You know, you just can't find a good place to level up a Pokemon sometimes. So right now, if you got a plant Pokemon, you didn't start out with Bulbasaur, maybe you're trying to use a Bellsprout or something, or an Oddish, this is a great place to do it. So anyhow, we're gonna change things up here a little bit. We're gonna go with some of our different Pokemon that we haven't seen too much of. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, Picnicker Gwen. Ooh, a Pidgey. Oh man, bring out my Staryu. Yeah! Yes, we have a Staryu on the team now. Starman. I couldn't think of a really good name to give him, so I gave him Starman after probably my favorite robot master from Mega Man 5, I would have to say. And he's exactly what you would expect out of him. It got all the great water moves. He doesn't learn Hydro Pump until a lot later on. I think it was level 46, I want to say. And then after you get him to 46, then that's the best time to evolve him, because if you evolve him before then, he won't learn Hydro Pump. And quite frankly, you know, what good is a water Pokemon that doesn't have Hydro Pump? So, anyhow, here comes a Pidgeotto. Water versus flying. I think we saw the same fight in the actual TV show when Ash used the Pidgeotto against the Staryu. Wow! It's almost like I set that up, but I didn't. Oh no. Not at all. So as I'm recording this, I'm watching some of Pat the NES Punk do his NES marathon, and man, I'm just getting all sorts of great ideas for NES games that I want to add to my collection. Like, before this, the way that I had generally figured out what games I want to add to my collection was that I would go to places and, you know, look through their top 100 lists, like the IGN top 100 NES games of all time. I think that's a pretty solid list, actually. If you're interested in doing a NES collection, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but check them out if you're interested in getting some NES games, because they have a really solid list of games that I think are really well placed as far as the whole library of over 700 NES games is concerned. But I just got to watch them play Arch Rivals, which is pretty much the NES version of NBA Jam. That's exactly where that game started. You have the breaking the glass, you have the punching and pushing to steal the ball, just 2-on-2. Man, that's NBA Jam, one of my top 3 sports video games of all time. That, Blades of Steel, and Tecmo Super Bowl for the Super Nintendo. Oh man, I love those games. Anyhow, Starman is just cleaning up. He's really well balanced, which it was something that I was a little bit timid about. You know, I was thinking, I don't know, balanced Pokemon. That's not really my type, but it works out really well for him. He's got a little bit of everything, and all of it more so on the good side than the bad side, because you can get some Pokemon where their stats are just, you know, they're all over the place, and they're really crappy looking, and they can't do anything really well because of it, unfortunately. But this guy, he's Starman. He's like, hee-yaw! It's another thing why I gave him a masculine name, because I remember in the TV show, he always used to have like a hee-yaw kind of like thing that he said. He sounded like some sort of like ridiculous, over-the-top Japanese voice actor did his voice. They probably didn't even change the voice of him, it seemed like, from the Japanese show to the American version. But, hey, look, you know, poison, one of my favorite things of all time. Nothing like getting poisoned during the middle of a critical battle. Oh, it's lots of fun, that's for sure. Get a level up to level 33. See, pretty balanced stats all in all. He's a little low on the attack and defense, which, you know, is alright. I can live with that, especially because he has a very awesome move list. Here's a look at my other guys, didn't really mention before. I got my Poliwhirl out there, Polyboss, and we'll get to my Kingler later on, named Clamps. Now that's a Futurama reference for you. You know, Clamp 'em, boss. Oh man, I love the robotic mobsters in that show. Anyhow, so here's Haunter. Boom, hit him with the Nightshade. Nightshade! I really gotta get this guy Hypnosis so I can use the Dream Eater ability, because I really like that one. And I really, you know, don't seem like the type of person that would want an attack that takes 2 turns to do, but I really like that one a lot. So we'll see if we can get that. But you know, also I don't know how much longer we're gonna have some of these guys on my team, because you know, I just got all these water Pokemon. We'll be in Fuchsia City soon. Get the good rod there, and more importantly, we've got the Safari Zone there. And oh man, the Safari Zone is going to be crazy. I have not spent a very long amount of time in the Safari Zone ever. Maybe the first time I ever played the game, I went through there a few times, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to try to get every single Pokemon in there that you can only get in the Safari Zone, and maybe a few others too. Like, you know, they have a Dratini in there, and I think that would be a better place to get a Dratini than actually go back to the game corner in Celadon and have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for one. So we'll see how things go with that. I have to do a little edit there. Keep this under 15 minutes. That's what I like to do. It's for you guys, because I know that I don't have enough of an attention span to watch an over 15-minute long video. So here we go. I love that little shot of Kingler there. He's nothing but some few pointy spikes on his head and just a giant claw. It's just a big claw floating in the air. And man, I gotta say, add Kingler to the list of Pokemon that I've been completely surprised about. I did not think that this guy was as great as he is, but my goodness, I had a level with him where he got, let me see if I can remember it correctly, 5 attack, 3 defense, and 4 speed, all in one level, and on top of little other marks in his other categories as well. And I was like, holy crap, man, that's insane. And that's been consistent too. Like, that one particularly stood out to me, but this guy gets like 3 attack every single level. I mean, I'm gonna run some comparisons between him and like Primeape and whichever of the 2 fighting Pokemon I get from the Fighting Dojo and Saffron, but I don't know, man. This guy's really strong contender for my strength Pokemon, and I would not have assumed that. So, you know, along with Drowsy and Voltorb, I've got to say he's my number 3 surprise of this playthrough for Pokemon. So I think I'm going to go with him. But anyhow, totally messed up here going around, and I wanted to fight this guy. Alright, well, should we switch up? No, let's not switch up. Let's stick with what we got right now. Oh no, not another bird Pokemon guy. Oh, I think bird Pokemon trainers might be my second to least favorite, only behind the bikers who almost always have poison Pokemon, just because I hate getting poisoned. And here, if you saw my last video, at the end of it I had to fight a bird trainer who was using Whirlwind on me, like every single move it seemed like, and not every single move, but I used 4 Pokemon on the one Pidgeotto that he had just because he kept on whirlwinding. And I think it's really annoying too, especially in areas where you can find Pidgeys in the wild now. Like sometimes you'll go in there and you'll fight them, and you're trying to level up some lower level Pokemon, so it takes a few hits to kill them. You can't do it in one shot, and then right before you're about to kill them, they'll use whirlwind on you, and it just out of the match. You know, nothing gained, and you probably got hit once or twice, so then your HP is down to half, and oh god, this is really, really annoying. I ran into that problem a lot when I was trying to race up my Vulpix, actually, just before I got to Celadon. But, oh well. Look at this guy, Clamps, and by guy I mean girl, Clamps. I'm just really not used to genders at all for the Pokemon, you know. Stick to the red and blue for me. Although the one thing that I really like, because I'm a level grinding freak pretty much when it comes to RPGs, look at that 105 attack, isn't that absurd? Oh man, but one thing I love about this game, aside from the graphical update and all, is the fact that they have the experience bar there, which they already had in Gold and Silver. But I just love that because I remember playing the blue version and having to hit start, wait a second, screen change, Pokemon, stats, scroll over a couple some more screens just to see how much they had to go until the next level, which got really annoying. And it's not like it's something I had to do, but I just felt so compelled. Felt this desire, this need to know how much more do I have to go. But anyhow, and Clamps, takes a beating, but just keeps on going, so strong. It's ridiculous. I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. So here comes the Spearow. Bam. Vice Grip. Yeah, I gotta say, it's not the most powerful move. I think it's only a 50 attack move, but it's 100% accuracy, and you get 30 PP of it, which makes it a really just good fighting move, in my opinion. I don't even think I'm ever going to give Clamps a water attack. I could give him Surf, but there's really not much of a need for it, because Surf is kind of, I overuse it already. I know I do, because if you get a water Pokemon and they don't have many good moves to start out with, they're a low level, just give them Surf right off the bat, and that's just an insanely powerful water move to begin with. So I think it's got to be the second most powerful, only behind Hydro Pump. So there you go. All the more reason just to spam it. So anyhow, I'm going to go with Polyboss, and I've got quite a bit to say about Poliwhirl and Poliwag, because you guys really wanted to see me use one. I got 3 recommendations, I think, because I guess it gets really good when you get him up to Poliwrath. It becomes kind of a fighter water type together, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit further, of course, in the game than this recording is, but I just not liking him. He's got Double Slap, Water Gun, Hypnosis, but I know what the major reason was. Oh, now he gets Whirlwinded out. Well, there you go. That pretty much sums it all up in one swift move right there. But the real problem is that I didn't really give him a fair enough of a try. I found him, I forgot where I found him. I must have found him like around that dock where I got the other guys. Oh, poor Starman. But found him around that dock, and he was level 25 when I got him, which I thought was weird, because then I went online and found out that he was supposed to evolve at level 25. So then he evolved into Poliwhirl the next level, but it's got a weird set of moves, and when it comes to Pokemon, I prefer to level them up as early as possible. The younger, meaning the lower level, the better, because then you really get to kind of dictate what moves they learn, and you get to follow the whole process, so you're more easily able to judge whether or not it's, a really good Pokemon or not. So, I'm not feeling the Poliwhirl right now, guys, and I don't know if I don't think it's gonna happen. I've got to say, it's probably the worst guy on my team right now. Not much better, though, than Mrs. Fly here, which I totally named Mothra. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. But, yeah, the Poison, Psychic type, it's pretty iffy. Confusion is always a good move, but I really am having a hard time with this Poison. I'll probably enjoy it more when I get a Grimer up to a Muck, but we'll see. Anyhow, there goes Pharaoh. I'm out of time, guys. This has been the Johnny Cage. Subscribe, like, comment if you have not. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.